I'll go if no one else wants to.
You're up.
Sure. Let's see. Last we left off, before last session, we were in the middle of a um, skill challenge. Some skills are being thrown around, some looking around the neighborhood, planning out ambush sites, checking with animals, making sure escape routes were cut off, that sort of thing. We successfully completed the skill challenge, and at that point, we discovered that Torga was process of setting up in the circle southwest of town. We had the townsfolk hang back while Akia, Gaiman, and the sheriff went to talk to Torga. Gaiman did some more sneaky going in, while everyone else sort of hung back. A fight ensued. Torga did not want to go to prison, and basically chose fight to the death. So we did that. We fought to the death, and that happened. But one interesting thing that happened, it was a good fight. I like the whole minion elite system. Feels good. One interesting thing that happened in the middle of the battle, though, was Avalis called out for reinforcements with a flare, and his parents showed up, which happened to be 2 Yeti. So Avalis was raised by Yetis. Then they tried to eat the dogs, and we rewarded them with some other meat, because we don't do dog herding around here. So after that, Avalis was told come visit sometime, and then we went back to Dugan's Hole. We had a few prisoners. We did not get to take Torga alive, as the White Lotus exploded her head. A little disappointing for the sheriff, but she can't escape now because she's dead. When we got back to town, the speaker told us, good job, but since you're here, do you mind finding some teenagers that were taken by the Cold Boys? Were they kids of some sort? Had gone missing, presumably taken by winter wolves, and we were being asked to go find them and rescue them if they're still alive.
That was an excellent recap. Thank you. I believe you got just about everything. Was there anything that you guys heard from that recap that wasn't covered?
I guess just one other thing I'd want to say real quick. I did go ahead and name all, except for one, of the sled dogs, and you can see the list names in the to-do lists section.
Excellent.
We are never going to get those straight.
Somehow, some way, we will figure out how to put name tags onto tokens. I don't know how it's possible, but we'll figure it out. But Matthew, you can receive 1 DM inspiration or 1 factspiration.
All right, I have put a DM inspiration on my sheet.
Perfect. Before we move any further, I would like everyone to give a warm-hearted welcome back to Lex after missing last week due to moving issues. We've all moved, and we all know that it's terrible. So, Lex, thank you for being here, and welcome back.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to be a little bit silent because I don't feel 100% today, so...
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm wishing you good vibes. If I could send you some Cadbury eggs, I would do so right now.
I also don't eat chocolate.
So funny story. My wife is one of the few people that I've ever met that absolutely abhors chocolate, hates it in all forms. So you and my wife have something in common.
Well, I don't abhor it. I'll eat like red velvet, but like, yeah, it's not my go-to. I'll just say.
Quick side story. One time we were in a J.C. Penney's and they had a chocolate makeup, and my wife started to gag, and it was almost if someone had sprayed like an aerosol toxin into the air. It was pretty crazy. But not to derail us any further, we have a factspiration question to answer today, everyone. Our factspiration question, you can answer this as if it was an in-universe musical, a universe bending musical, so something from our universe or outside of it, however your character would answer it. What is your character's favorite musical and why? And I'll give you a bonus factspiration die if you can tell us what your favorite song from the musical is. So let us start. We will begin with Aviles.
So, I haven't seen many musicals, but I think my favorite would be one about the circle of life called The Lion King. But, not to give spoilers away, but there's no actual lions in it, so I felt a little cheated. But the animals are all, played by people. But if you can get over that, it's actually quite nice. And as for, songs, I suppose I am a druid, so I'm required to like the circle of life.
Oh my gosh, that was perfect. I believe it looks like you already have 2 factspiration dice on your character sheet, so you can go ahead and keep those.
I'll keep them.
Perfect. Thank you. So now we know if Aviles meets any snow lions, he's going to start singing some In the Air Tonight to them.
Yeah, he does not like Hakuna Matata, so meerkats beware.
Fair enough. Okay, factspiration earned and given. Let's bounce over to the Lotus.
Well, even before Lotus ended up here, she did like musicals, though of course she was a fan of one in particular from the legendary bard and playwright from her world, John Waters. Of course, she, being that it's also about Baltimore, it takes place in Baltimore, where she's from, would definitely be Hairspray. And her song would definitely be the opening song of a Good Morning Baltimore.
Your DM likes that musical as well. I really like that part of the song when there is just a random flasher and no one seems to mind.
That's Baltimore for you.
You have earned 2 factspirations, and I think you guys can actually give yourself factspiration now in your conditions. Oh man, there's 2 factspirations in there. So I guess just give yourself whichever one that you fancy. Your DM will fix that in post. Excellent. Well,
There we go.
let's move over to Akia 13. Akia, can you tell us about your favorite musical?
I don't know much about musicals. Not a musical person. I think Akia's favorite musical would be Shrek the Musical. They're a child. It's got some nice fantasy, but it's a different type of fantasy world. It's being who they are, they don't like mundane stuff of just people, drama. Doesn't care for drama. So it's kind of like an adventure musical, and I think that's what they would like.
That's perfect. And hey, would you say that after this adventure that Akia has become a believer in more things than just technology?
They're still figuring out right now, for sure. I know you're searching for that song reference to it.
That's okay.
Caleb is so proud of himself right now.
I'm trying my best. I'm keeping it contained. Excellent. Well, you have earned 2 factspirations, so you can put those onto your character sheet. Well, let's go to Alicia. Alicia, can you tell us about your musical tastes?
Similar. I am also not much of a musical person. But I feel like Alicia would probably like Hamilton, honestly.
Mm.
If you ask me about a song, I have no fucking idea.
Backstory. My first experience with Hamilton was a person in a murder mystery that I was a part of. I was, playing a role. They would sing every song from Hamilton so poorly all the time. So whenever I think of Hamilton, I think of that guy. So now I just can't watch it. Unfortunately enough, Lin-Manuel Miranda does nothing for me.
I think
But
touch
go ahead.
overrated. I think it's a touch overrated. Like M. Night Shyamalan. Like, yeah, first one was great, but
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I got no opinion.
Wait, you're saying that Lin-Manuel Miranda's overrated?
yes. I think he's super talented. Absolutely. I think he is amazingly talented. But I mean, like, Mary Poppins, really?
That was a call on Disney's part. If you judge him basically solely on his work on Broadway, guy's got massive chops and he's good.
Oh, I don't deny he's good.
Oh no,
But you're gonna shit on him because of Mary Poppins? Because
I'm gonna
Disney
say-
is like a money grab, and he
I'm
said,
gonna
"Sure,
say
baby."
he's overrated. I'm not saying he's not good.
And thus the discussion has started.
guys, so we're gonna pull it. We're gonna table it right
I'm
there.
going to respectfully disagree, and we're gonna move forward.
'Cause I don't want this to be the cause of inter-party turmoil. Oh my
No,
gosh. Okay.
no. We can be big peoples. We can be big peoples.
I only have one sled dog in the fight, so it doesn't bother me much.
But
very nice.
yeah, I think Alicia would probably like Hamilton if they ever watched it. Me, surprisingly, I've actually not seen the play, so I can't judge from there. But
It makes a huge difference versus seeing it versus just listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The staging and lighting makes a big difference.
That's
Fair enough.
That's my answer.
Perfect. Well, Game in the Glaive has arrived just in time to answer our facts and inspiration question.
So this is not my personal favorite, but I feel that Game in the Glaive will be a big fan of Sweetie Todd because of the blood and gore and vengeance.
I feel like that is a perfectly in-character answer for Game in the Glaive. Also, your DM didn't know the first time he went to go to watch Sweeney Todd that it was a musical, so that was a big surprise for him.
Oh, I went to see Sweetie Todd the movie, thinking, "Oh, this will be a fun musical." Didn't realize it was going to be a fucking bloodbath and such a downer of a show. My wife just assumed I knew what it was about because I agreed to go with her. No, I agreed to go with her because that's what we would do together. We would go and watch things like Spam-A-Lot. Also a great musical.
I love it. Well, everyone, Gaiman, you can have a Factspiration die here, and we can pull ourselves back to the town in Icewind Dale known as Dugan's Hole. Let me activate the Dugan's Hole map.
So just to confirm, last session was a level up?
Correct, so we should all be at level 4.
Alicia got bigger on level 4.
Everyone looks and says "big lady" as they look up to Alicia standing above the small shacks inside of Dugan's Hole.
Oh, sweet
But yeah,
Jesus.
I don't know why you got so big, but so yes, you are all in Dugan's Hole. The speaker, Edgra Dermot, reached out to you all after your defeat of the criminal Torga Icevein in potentially solving the issue of these two winter wolves that she believes have kidnapped the two teenagers from Dugan's Hole. Edgar would say, "Oh, well, everyone, I would really appreciate you saving them, because, as you know, our population here at Dugan's Hole is very small, only about 50 citizens. So when you lose 2 out of 50, it's kind of a big deal. Especially 2 young ones."
How many is 50? Look, I don't understand like what you call the percentages. Not sure if that's what you call it.
So, Gaiman, Lotus will help you. It's like, oh, I know who did it. She'll hold up 10 fingers, like all 5 fingers on both hands. You know this is 10, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, 5 of those is 50.
Okay. I mean, that's not that many left off, but I mean, if you aren't a lot of bunch of kids, that I guess that makes a difference.
The speaker will look to you and say, "Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. And perhaps with Sir Avalus here, Thane of Dugan's Hole, the tracking of these winter wolves and information that you might need to find in regards to the location of our 2 missing teens would help. And of course, I am here for questions for any and all of you for this adventure or journey you are about to go on."
All right. OOC, are we agreeing to go do the winter wolves, I assume, since we're here?
I mean, I guess we kind of... Sorry, you said OC. I could dispense with the voice. Yeah, I guess we kind of have to. Plus, it's probably a matter of timeliness.
Yeah, and we're already in the area, so we might as well.
It's like the DM doesn't want us to get the ingots or something. I kid.
Oh yeah, the DM.
They're ingots. They're not going anywhere.
I know that, but we promised to do that like 2 weeks ago in game. I feel like.
All right, so we can take care of this, and then we'll go for the ingots then.
Until
That
something
sounds good
else
to everybody.
distracts us.
I feel like there's
But yes,
something about sandbox games where there's all of these people that need your help specifically.
It's like I feel like I'm that dude from Venture Brothers, where it's like no matter what I try to do, I always end up getting waylaid by jackassery.
It is pretty late in the day. Are we gonna take a long rest before we head out, or are we gonna go out in the middle of the night?
Well, I mean, if we go out in the middle of the night, I mean that's when wolves are active, right? Or are they sort of like active all the time?
Do we risk them being eaten while we take a long rest?
Yeah, that is the big question.
I can scout out as a warhorse. I can outrun any of the wolves, and we can see what we're facing.
As you make that statement, please give me a nature check.
I mean, I think I can. I speed at 60.
Okay. Just in case, because sometimes, after you say things, you... Okay.
Holy shit!
You know for sure that what you said was accurate. So, it isn't going to come and bite you in the butt later. We've all had those moments where we've said something in the moment that we're completely confident of, and then reality happens. Yes, so the speaker would continue. The 2 missing teens, they are actually brother and sister. Their names are Silja and Finn. They've been missing for roughly 4 days.
Oh wow, they are. I mean, OOC, they got to be dead after 4 days. I mean, 4 days in Icewind Dale with no food.
Realistically, yes, but I feel like I feel like there would be members of the party that would be like, we can't waste another moment. We must go to them now.
Yes, but I think even after, even with that, I think those would be looking like, it's like as much as I would like to go out for here, go after them and rescue the kids there. I don't know about you all, but I'm feeling kind of tapped out, like arcane energy wise.
All right. I don't think one more night's going to make that much difference.
Well, I mean, question. So, out of character, but it'll be in character in just a second. So, did we just like Blood of Heroes level up, or do we officially need to take a long rest before we sally forth?
We Blood of Heroes leveled up.
Okay. So, question. If Avalas is like riding around as a horsey, I could like go with him. Like,
Try and
can
just
you carry me? Yeah, like we could like double team. Maybe like just the two of us could like be more effective. Like if those who that like wield magic need a rest or whatnot.
I mean, are you two going to be okay? We don't know how many wolves there might be there. We wouldn't want you getting overwhelmed.
I was hoping.
Love, you don't know Game in the Glaive.
My intent is to go stealthily.
As a horse, as a big fucking clippity cloppity horse.
You'll find actually that the shapes I change into only improve what I can do naturally.
All right. Well, I mean, if you were cool with me like riding on your back to like keep up, because you're like way fucking faster than I am. If you're a horse, I mean, I could be there for like backup and like in case situation presents itself where we could like swoop in and like save them or some shit.
Yes, if possible. The danger, of course, is if a situation presents itself where I can get the kids and take them back, then you will not have a means to outrun the wolves. So
I don't need to outrun them. I just need to outkill them. I think we got this.
All right. If you feel, all right, I think that will work. If you feel the situation is too dangerous for you to handle on your own, and it's like here, just don't be afraid to just come back and then we can all go together, okay?
yes, the most important thing, of course, is
And DM, correct me, I believe I can only wild shape for an hour, I think.
It should be half your druid level.
Oh, is it? So 2 hours. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think it's rounded down. That's why. Yeah, so 2 hours now. So
as long as they're within a 2-hour ride, I should be okay because I can become a horse twice.
Also, Avalis, I did want to ask you something. Just a bit of a curiosity I've had. This whole thing where you can change to animals, which very cool, by the way. I've never known anyone from my world who could do that.
Yes, it is a rarity amongst my people as well. Most of our medicine women or shamans do not possess such an ability. I believe it is a gift from Sylvanas.
Sylvanas, interesting. And she has her notebook open. You see her jotting down basically shorthand of what you're saying. There was something I was curious about. You might be able to enlighten me on. When you change it to an animal, your things like your armor and your clothes and whatnot. What happens to that stuff?
I've heard of other shifters that their things just drop, but mine seem to meld and become a part of me. But they are not accessible in that case.
Interesting. And she's writing down here, and one of the things that she writes, she's basically surmising what that might be, and one of the things she puts at the end is pocket dimension, question mark?
Yeah, and he would, if he looks at, he would have no idea, like, what any of that would mean.
Well, Avalis, when you get back, I'll have to tell you the story. Remember a famous author back on my world wrote a story about a group of young druids who fought an invading alien army. They called themselves the Animorphs.
Interesting. Quite a logical name. I guess it makes sense. I would assume they morph into animals. So
If they are privy to the conversation, one person in the room will say, "That name feels kind of obvious, like they just took the two things they do and kind of smooshed them together."
Well, yes, but it was a series of books that were meant for young children.
Oh, I see. Well, I retract my statement. Then it should be perfect.
Well, at least as appropriate for young children as a series about, these children being drafted into guerrilla warfare against an invading alien army, but
well,
it is what it is.
Since Dale is the self-purported best tracker in all of Icewind Dale, perhaps he would prefer a story about rangers, maybe ones with great power.
Indeed he might. Indeed he might. Your NPCs are all standing by for any missions you want to send them out into town, if there is anything you need for them to pick up while you guys are resting, or the speaker is here if you guys have any questions about the mission proper.
I will have Knobberknocker try and sell some of these gems for crafting components. So I'm gonna try and sell four gemstones worth 10 gold each.
Excellent. So the speaker will tell you, Dugan's Hole is, it's kind of remote, and we don't have the highest population of people. But what we do have is a great appreciation for the finer things. I can actually buy those from you, Akia, if you don't mind me doing so.
I do not mind.
So the speaker will buy those gems from you, because the speaker likes to bling out.
Game in the glaive. I am ready to depart whenever you are.
All right. Yeah. Let's do it.
And with that, Avalis becomes a warhorse.
Are we really gonna split the party?
What could go wrong?
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm not raging, so I'm not big.
Gaiman still has control of Alicia's character, so like
that's why all the shenanigans. Sorry, Lexhouse.
he shrinks and Alicia grows.
That's awesome.
I'll just make you a defaulter. And I'll go in and I'll just make you a normal sized person again. Unless you want to stay big. Okay, so two of the party members are
It seems
leaving
like
out
this
on
is
mission.
happening, so I'm gonna cast Longstrider and on Avalis.
Okay.
Awesome.
That lasts for 1 hour.
All right, so my normal speed will be 70. My dash speed, which is what I will be doing until I get really close, will be 140.
And I'm just gonna start crafting, I guess.
And Caleb, obviously, my goal is just for Gaiman and I to observe, count numbers, see patterns, see if the kids are alive, if they're locked up back. It's just reconnaissance, and then skedaddle.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
the plan.
That's the plan for Gaiman and for Avalis. Got it. Akia is.
Do you
being a
express
merchant.
this to Gaiman before you wharfed into a horse?
Whatever I said, I said.
Okay. There may be some confusion over what is to go down.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay.
Also, before we head out, to make matters worse, DM, how is Gaiman feeling now that he's been through a major fight and a level up since his last bump of Hat Crystal? Can
I
he
would say.
resist?
I would say you can attempt a resist check here because you're already under some effects of that crystal, the exhaustion from not taking it. So by the end of the day here, just like an avid coffee drinker, you're like, man, if I could just have one cup of coffee before I go to bed, I could just fall asleep. And that's a trap. So yes, give us a resist check.
You mean you got con save?
Yep, con save. Oh, excellent. So yes, you do not feel like you need to take another bump to end the day. But man, you feel like that sleep is going to be rough when you get it.
Okay, well, we're going strong with trying to quit cold turkey. We'll see how this goes.
And
I'm waiting till I start rolling with disadvantage.
The time frame at the moment is 7:40 p.m.
Oh, and I know this was just for color and flavor, but this might be a matter for stealth. Is Avalis did turn into that Snow White warhorse that I showed you. So
And you should have in your wild shape folder a warhorse. I left wolf in there. I left reef shark and giant poisonous snake. And a point of order: every time you level up, we have to remake your wild shapes.
Oh man,
it's okay. It doesn't take very long.
Okay, so how do I access that bad Johnny?
You should have ownership of the wild shape folder, right? Configure ownership. Here, let's make you an owner of the folder itself. Can you see the wild shape folder?
With looking, where's it listed under?
It should be in the actors directory here in Foundry.
Wild shape. Ha 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 ha. Ooh, big horsey. Oh yeah, he's the big horsey. Okay.
Excellent. So Gaiman and Avalis the Warhorse are going to ride off to try to see if they can get reconnaissance on these winter wolves. Before we see that, what are Alicia and Lotus doing?
For Lotus, I would say during that time, anyone else near her would see that she's, I'd say she's sitting at a table and she's got her notebook open. She's sketching out something, and as she does, you see her tapping at the side of her her mask, and her eyes seem to have like this faint purple glow to them, and you just see them moving about rapidly.
Your NPC allies would, specifically, Watto would see this happening and would probably approach and ask what is going on.
Oh, Watto. I guess I should probably explain to you a couple of other things about the mask here. Apparently, after that, the fight that we had there, apparently the mask said that I had unlocked some more of my innate arcane abilities, and now I have more access to more spells. Apparently I've got, let's see here, it's saying I have bonfire. Alright, that's good. No, I never really used silent image, so I'm swapping that for disguise self, and then what the fuck is this one? She gets this like almost disgusted look on her face, like, who the hell is Tasha?
Asha, he says out loud as you say that.
Yes, it's something called Tasha's Mind Whip?
Oh, that is a powerful arcane spell. And Tasha, well, she is the Witch Queen. She has written several demonomicons and books of the dark arts.
Interesting. Maybe that means that those mind flayers were familiar with her, but you know what? Nope, I'm not calling it that. Instead, I'll call it Lotus's Knuckleball. Yeah, that sounds better. But I guess I can show you, and Lotus will show anyone else who's interested here. You see, apparently when I'm in a fight, like we were before, I can see certain things in my vision that normally wouldn't be there. So, and she's sort of drawn up a visual aid in the notebook, page notebook here. She'll say, so you see up in the upper left here, there's like this plus icon, and then this meter here, which I believe is supposed to represent my health in some way. Then you have up here in the top right, you see number 1, and then you get these square marks here, and then number 2 and square marks here. I'm thinking this has something to do with how much arcane energy I have for my spells. And then down here in the bottom right, I can sort of see a vague topographical map of the area I'm in, along with the relative locations of all of my allies and enemies.
The NPCs, including Watto, are completely shocked by this revelation.
From what I can tell, this was supposed to be an intentional part of the design here, since the idea is that myself and the others, the mind flayers kidnapped, we were basically supposed to be sort of arcane soldiers on sale to the highest bidder.
Oh. I may have done a boo-boo. I'm sorry, Lex. The story that you tell, Watto gets closer to you, tries to take your hand into his hands, and tries to give you comfort, because that sounds obviously terrible, but he is obviously very interested in the information that you were telling him about the overhead display and the arcane magics that power your mask.
I don't claim to understand all of it. I've been slowly picking up more and more as I've been using it, but reminds me a lot of some of what I've seen people back on my world developing. It would be they use the abbreviation of a HUD, HUD, or what they call a heads-up display.
Interesting. I wonder how we could duplicate that for the others. Watto looks out at the other PCs and NPCs that are there, thinking perhaps he could give the same to you all.
Ah, so you're thinking of maybe reverse engineering this tech? How much do you think you know about it?
Very little at this point, but perhaps once we visit your ship that you had mentioned, we can learn more.
Yes. So I will say, Watto, there's quite a bit I want to know about you, but I guess for now, if you would just allow me a single indulgence of that.
Watto would welcome you to ask him.
Lotus will gently reach her hand forward and just sort of like gently run it through the blue hair on his head. So this here, this blue, is this natural for you?
Oh, he laughs. No, it actually is not. You see that Watto is blushing as he explains. There is a hair salon in Bryn Shander that I get my hair dyed at.
Ah, I see. And, well, I guess you must pay quite the pretty copper for that, since they don't do just the hair on your head. She says with a bit of a grin.
As he blushes and and laughs, we will put the curtains down on that as I guess curtains and carpet is an appropriate thing to say there. And we can flash back over to Avilice and Gaiman riding out from Dugan's Hole.
Yeah, I assume Avilice has plenty of time to think, perhaps I should have worked out the details. Sure, it's fine.
So, as you guys are riding out, it's actually not too much time that passes. Roughly 30 minutes of riding, when you begin to hear a whimpering noise coming from behind a pine tree.
I slow. And...
Do we both hear it, or just Avilice?
You both would hear it. It is a very loud whimpering, like a dog that stepped onto a very large nail and it's stuck in its paw.
Knowing that, and I may not know this, but I think I know that winter wolves are pretty smart and would like to ambush and stuff like that. So I'm wary of, just getting ready to like take off with game at a moment's notice in case, there's more than one.
Sure. So, walking out from behind the pine tree, you see a creature that looks roughly like this. And as it walks forward, you see that its mouth is pulled into a frown, and its eyes are very large and big, and you can see tears kind of running from its eyes down its furry cheeks. As it kind of limps forward to you all.
The warhorse Avilice aggressively stamps its feet, very uncomfortable and doesn't stay still as it not canters but kind of moves back and forth, trying to make sure the wolf doesn't look for purchase or anything.
Yes, the wolf kind of holds its ground, almost like collapsing under its weight, as it says, "Oh, are you all coming from Dugan's Hole?" It says this in common.
You can talk.
Well, of course. I can speak the common tongue, the tongue of giants, and the tongue of my own species.
Right, you can speak giant.
Of course.
I don't think anyone else can speak giant. And Gaiman will switch to giant when he speaks to the wolf. And he's got kind of he's vacillating between excited and confused, because this is not what he was expecting. But any chance to speak giant, he's down for. So Gaiman will say, "So are you a wolf that's what's what they call it, awakened? Did you nick those couple of kids, or do you know who did, or whatnot?" And Gaiman's got the longbow in one hand, and he's got a Remoraz arrow in the other, but he doesn't have it knocked. He's just kind of keeping a hand on him.
Absolutely. The wolf will say, "Well, before any of that, please, you can call me Koran. I'm a winter wolf, and I have been routinely abused by my master, a mean old frost giant named Garagai." He says this in perfect giant. The accent, the diction, the tone is perfect. "Garagai kidnapped 2 of the people from Dugan's Hole and is holding them prisoner in his lodge, more than half a day's walk west." And he points west with his tail. "Please, you have to help me rescue them. I'm afraid of what Garagai is going to do to them."
So does Avilice speak giant?
He does not, so he doesn't understand any of this.
Okay. And the giant's name is Galagus. Did I hear that right?
I will put it into chat. It is Garagai.
Garagai. Okay. Mm-hmm. Jamie will switch to common and say, "Oi, sorry, it's not often I get to speak, giant. So, like, this wolf is saying that Garagai nicked the kids, not the wolves, or like, oi, so, and Jamie's staying in common because I think he would have realized his mistake. So, like, why do people think wolves nick the kids? Did you help him?
I have no idea why they would think that. We're just poor creatures of circumstance. Garagai has owned me and my brother since we were pups. He has beaten us every day of our lives.
And Avalus gives a derisive horse snort at being innocent. Hopefully, Gaiman picks up on that.
Gaiman's a little suspicious of all this because it seems a little too good to be true.
That's what the horse is smelling too.
He would like to, with his meager wisdom, would like to try and insight the wolf.
Yes, please do. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this wolf seems to be pretty legit. I mean, he's limping, he's got, tears, he appears injured. I mean, the story he's telling, it holds up.
Oh, Avalus, you're from these parts. Does nod for yes, shake your head for nay. Like, have you heard of Garagai? I'm kind of out in the loop on this one, mate.
Being from Dugan's Hole, and have I heard of this frost giant before?
Thinking back into your memory banks, could you give me a quick history check?
Sure, I'm great at those. Yep, a 4.
So, you have heard of a frost giant named Garagai. Terrible and mighty, mean temper too. Really likes to smash people with tree limbs and loves to capture humanoids and grind them down into a fine powder to turn into bread. That's what Avalus would know about that.
And that's going to be super easy to communicate as a horse. So Avalus will nod his head because that's easy, and then he will kind of go on rear up a couple times and then pound the dirt or the snow. I don't know if that gets anything across. But...
All right. So you've really heard of him? I don't speak horsey. So, how'd you get away from the giant, from your master?
Oh, he's terrible in every way possible. He loves to drink himself stupid on any alcohol he can find. He loves to go out, find something to kill, something to hurt. Then he'll come home, take it out on me and my brother, and then drink himself into unconsciousness.
All right. Jeez. So, but why would they think the wolves nick the kids? If the giant nicked the kids, what is he doing with them? Is he grind them up to make, using their bones to make his bread?
Oh, he has the poor kids in a cage. Their names are Finn, I believe, and Silja. Oh, me and my brother have been bringing them scraps to eat. Garagai wants to get them nice and fat first. They're nothing but skin and bones.
Well, if you go away, oh boy. Game's having a real hard time with this one. What do you think, Avalus? Do you think we can get kids out, or do you think that's too dangerous? Do we go back do it like Lotus said. I wasn't expecting it to be so, fucking weird.
Avalis just kind of whinnies in agreement and kind of moves around in a small circle. Hopefully that interpret that as you will.
Yeah, I don't understand, mate.
The horse
fuck it hell. Yeah, you and me both. So like, if you're trying to escape, why don't you come with us back to where the rest of my mates are, holed up, and then you can take us to your master, eh?
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's a great plan, but I can't do that. Me and my brother have to be back there in the morning. Otherwise, Garagai would either kill my brother, kill the 2 kids, or even the worst option, go on a rampage, come to Dugan's Hole and just start wanting slaughter and bloodshed everywhere. Oh, I can't do that. I can't let anything bad happen to the people of the town.
You say it was half a day away?
Yes, as you or I can move. A frost giant in the snow is like a bolt of lightning. They can run over ice, like a skater moving in a pond. A bird flying through the sky.
Avalis motions to the winter wolf with his snout, and then stomps his foot twice. It is hard to communicate.
The winter wolf jumps backwards in fright. Oh, please don't hurt me.
But not aggressively, just and then he does it again, kind of points with his head at the wolf, and then stomps, say 3 times. Yeah, it's hard to ask questions when you're a horse.
So, if it's half a day away, why are you ranging this far? Is it obvious to why he's limping? He looks banged up. He looks, skinny. Mm-hmm. That could just be he hasn't eaten a while, and he's had a rough go of it. What do the wounds look obvious? Because you were describing a creature that has been hurt, or they were acting that way.
Mm-hmm. So he's limping on one back leg here, and just give me one more insight check, Gaiman, as you're just thinking about this, just to see if you notice anything else.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the creature says to you, I'm doing my best to try to find help. My brother and I are we could never defeat Garagai as he is now, even in a drunken stupor. He would beat us silly, and then eat us, as he has eaten so many others. We need the help of brave heroes to rescue not just those kids, but us, and, by extension, all of the Dale.
Well, I don't know how you got this far on half a day on a bum leg, but if you need heroes, we got heroes back in Dugan's Hole. Let's fucking go. You can tell the lot what's going on. We got rides. We can get there in time, for the morning. It'd be a bit of a stretch for some of them, but more's better than just the 2 of us.
Oh, well, if that's true, I can wait here and you can come back and I'll lead you all the way there.
Why don't you want to come with us?
Well,
because if you're saying this motherfucker's as bad as he is, don't get me wrong, he sounds pretty fucking bad, you look fucked up. But it doesn't make sense to me why you don't want to get help.
I'm so sorry, sir, but maybe you... going near a town is very a terrifying thing for any winter wolf. I fear mistrust. I fear misunderstanding.
Oh, fuck off. You can talk. I'm a big motherfucker. We can both communicate. So what's the fucking problem?
The winter wolf will make a quick check for himself to see if he is brave enough. Okay, the winter wolf will say, "You're right. I will go with you, and I will wait for you just on the outskirts of town, and then I'll bring you back."
What do you think, Avalis? Is that good, what you call, compromise?
You see the horse beneath you looks uncomfortable, but doesn't audibly object.
Because you said we weren't gone that far before we came across this wolf, right?
Right, it's only been about 30 minutes.
You got an hour and a half left.
All right. Gaiman still has the bow and arrow ready because he believes him, but there's shit that's not adding up. He's not going to be overtly hostile, but there's a flaw in the the hero logic that he has.
Sure.
So
Sure. Well, the winter wolf, his name, Koran, will limp following you back to Dugan's Hole, so that you guys can get the rest of the heroes and save the two teenagers.
Yeah, I'll go at whatever speed he can keep up at. So
The winter wolf will say to the horse, in comment, "I am sorry I can't move quicker. If only my leg wasn't injured, I could move swiftly."
now that he's closer to me and moving, can never mind. I do not have medicine as a skill. Never mind. It's because I cannot look at his leg, but I wouldn't know it if it was injured or not. All right, so yeah, I'll go assuming we can get back in time, because obviously I'm not dashing, but I'll go as long as the extra hour and a half lasts.
I'll say it takes you guys roughly an hour to get back with him limping. So you would still have 30 minutes of horse time. In the 30 minutes or the hour and a half that you guys are gone, would the other PCs have gotten up to anything waiting for Avalis and Gaiman to get back? And Lex, I think those may have been a while ago. I don't remember you getting those specifically. So if you want to
I think
dash
that might have been
those.
during the fight.
Mm.
Okay.
I rolled some ones for you. I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's not as bad as Sunday. So I'm just gonna delete those if that's cool.
Sure.
Sorry, I was a little in and out on the conversation. I don't think Alicia was really gonna be doing much, just resting.
Akia's just crafting.
Okay. Sounds good. So an hour and a half will pass. It's roughly 10 p.m. when Gaiman and Horse Avalis and a new friend arrive outside of town.
So
And,
at least a short rest would have gotten through.
Yeah, you guys would have been able to get a short rest. And the winter wolf, I should note, is of a large size. So they are about the same size as the horse. So I don't know if you guys feel like that is upsetting or not as you guys are walking next to each other. It's very Princess Mononoke.
Well, yeah, I'm obviously super uncomfortable. So every now and then, you'll see the horse just kind of look to his left or right, where the hell toward the wolf.
Testing something. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So guys, if you go /fellowship and you type something, it adds a fellowship description in the chat. That's pretty cool. Okay. So as you guys make it to the outside of town, Koran would say, do you wish for me to wait for you all here? And then once you gather your allies, I can start leading you to the lodge.
Well, wait, why would you wait here? I mean, no one's gonna attack you if I tell them not to.
I hate to impose.
Nah, you're not imposing.
Oh, Akia, you have to go /fellowship, space, and then put it after stuff. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. The Winter Wolf will say, oh, well, all right. I'll come with you. I'm so nervous. And he will follow you guys through town. And because it's 10 p.m., there's no one out. They are all either in home or in inn. Just making sure they're in and out of the cold. I believe you guys would all be at the speaker's house. We'll say it takes you 5 minutes to get there. So at 10 p.m. and 11 minutes, there's a knock at the speaker's door. And of course, it is Avalus, who has about 19 minutes left in his wild shape, Gaiman, and a Winter Wolf.
Holy shit, that's a big wolf.
Oh. Don't listen to the music, everyone.
I knew it was a ruse.
Don't listen to the music.
I got my sword.
No, nobody draw weapons or whatnot. I mean, Koran is friendly enough.
You didn't hear that music?
He says his master's stolen the kids.
Hello, everyone. My name is Koran, and I met your allies out in the Dale. I'm seeking heroes to save me and my brother from an awful frost giant.
I assume at this point, Gaiman has jumped off my back.
I mean, you could just try and buck him.
I'll gently do the circus, go down on my haunches kind of thing, and hope you get the hint.
Yeah, I get off. I get the hint.
All right. Horsey's gone then.
We met this one on the way to.
He realizes he doesn't know how to finish that because he didn't really know where he was going.
On the way.
On your scouting mission.
Yes. Apparently they were taken by a frost giant.
Oh.
Yes, we were. As young pups. He's beaten us silly ever since.
It seems the Winter Wolves have a master.
You said this wolf looks injured, yeah? Is it possible for Alicia to do a medical examination?
Yeah, you can be a medicine check or an insight check as you were looking at the Winter Wolf.
Same modifier for both. Same modifier. We'll just do medicine.
You're looking at the Winter Wolf, and he definitely has some old scars, maybe some new injuries. But Alicia, you noticed that during the course of the conversation, the Winter Wolf has it looked like he was limping on his back right leg, and then he started limping with his back left leg, and then he started limping with his front leg during this conversation that you guys are having.
Aha!
Um. Well, it seems you have been injured quite a bit. It's unfortunate that your master treats you as such.
Yes, it's quite terrible. He treats me and my brother as punching bags, constantly trying to make us feel terrible about ourselves.
That's absolutely dreadful. For an owner to be abusing their pets as such, truly a horror. You said you'd be able to lead us to those children.
Oh, I could lead you there as quickly as possible. You could save me and my brother and those children and this town from the wrath of that terrible beast.
Hmm. I guess Alicia will look at the others and see if they would be willing to go now or whatnot.
Lotus Seek would say, well, the children are in the captivity of giants, considering how he appears to have treated you, and she just sort of shudders like, I can only imagine what horrors he has in store for them.
Yes, he's making them as plump and fat as possible, so when he harvests their meat, it is as sweet and succulent as possible.
Well, unless you all feel fresh for, well, I imagine diplomacy may not avail us in this situation. Perhaps it's best to rest and then depart.
Yes. As I said, I'm not sure about you all, but after the fight with Torga and her company, I don't really have much left in the tank.
We will need to leave before dawn, however, so as to get back in time for this one's sibling.
Perfect timing. Right at dawn.
The wolf nods. Yes, my brother is still there. If the giant awakes and I am not there, he will take out his vengeance upon my brother, upon the children, and I fear he might even come here.
Perhaps it is best, Koran, if you wait outside of town so not to alarm the other villagers, and we will meet before dawn and head out.
Of course.
We kind of have to head out. Wait, of course.
Well, I don't want to press you into anything. I'm so terribly shy. I'm sorry,
Wait,
everyone.
hold on a second. You said that they were half a day away. Why wouldn't you want us to leave now?
Well, I can't just ask you to drop everything you're doing. I'm sorry, everyone. And you
Well,
see the
no,
wolf
hold
buries
on.
his nose under his hands.
Wolf, when was the last time you saw the children, and what condition were they in?
They were in a cage in the master's lodge. I had given them their evening ration, scraps of a whale that my master had killed.
I'd like to insight check that.
Okay. The wolf is telling the truth about that.
Okay.
Hold on. You said they were half a day away. And if we're waiting till morning, you said that he'd go into a rage and kill the kids, kill your brother, possibly. And well, you were looking for us. Why are you saying you don't want to inconvenience us? That's what we fucking do.
Well, if that is true, then should we leave now? I've never asked anyone for help before. I'm sorry, I'm so new at this and bad.
It's quite alright. A frost giant is not something to be trifled with, so we probably should be prepared. If the children are not being currently harmed at the moment, we may have a chance get to them when we're at our fullest strength.
But your ally does bring up a good point. Maybe it's best if we do leave now.
Well, if these children have been gone for a number of days, they haven't been killed just yet, then the giant must want them for something. I'm going to say, and anyone can correct me, but maybe if we rest tonight, then we can definitely go at our best to assist them in the morning.
Okay. Well, what I will do then, I will make my way back to the lodge as quickly as possible to make sure that the children aren't butchered. And then I can meet you all tomorrow evening to lead you back.
In the morning, we'll be going in the morning.
Oh, I know. I can leave you a trail that you'll surely be able to follow. I will scratch up trees, leave giant footprints, make it so that you will have no issue to follow me in the morning.
That sounds good to me. Anyone else?
Sounds like a plan.
That makes sense. Keeps everybody safe and, gives us a plan of attack for the morning.
What was your name? Mr. Wolf?
Oh, you don't have to call me Mr. Wolf. My name is Koran.
Corin.
Mr. Wolf is his father.
Absolutely.
Corin, thank you so much for giving us this information. We'll do our best to make sure that you and your brother are not further abused by this frost giant. And we'll do our best to save the children and bring them back.
Does Avalus know Silja and what's his name?
And Finn?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently not.
Giving
yeah,
that so much. Avalis maybe.
Yeah.
They are two teenagers from the city of Dugan's Hole. You would best describe them as troublemakers, and you would say that it's not surprising that they are the two that got kidnapped because they don't, go inside at night. They don't listen to their parents. It's quite often that you see them being yelled at their parents for something bad that they did. So all of this, in a way, makes sense from that perspective.
I mean, we told them a million times, you stray from the path, a frost giant will pick you up. But I guess they thought it was just, old wives' tales.
Well, hopefully they will learn something from this when we get to them.
Has Koran left yet, or is he still kind of awkwardly hanging around?
Koran will have said his goodbyes, and he will make a long trail for you all to follow.
Alicia will give him scritches as he's leaving.
Oh, Alicia, you have, scratched Mini Sled Dog before. This thing, it is not comfortable to scratch at all. All of this creature's hair feels like a razor-sharp point, as if they are all frozen. And it's like you're running your hand over a steel-tooth comb. It is, and as you touch the creature's flesh, its very flesh is cold to the touch, as if red, warm blood does not flow through its veins.
Oh, well, safe out there. But she kind of sucks on her their finger.
I will do my best. Thank you all, and I will see you tomorrow, my heroes. and the wolf will begin limping away back into the darkness.
Could everyone come inside, please?
All right.
Okay, and then once everyone is inside the speaker's house, Alicia will turn to him and be like, "That bitch wolf was lying."
I've never smelled a larger pile of Yeti excrement.
Just during our conversation, that wolf, I mean, it did have old scars and whatnot, but it said it was injured, it was limping, and then it changed to one other leg, and then it switched to another leg. It wasn't being consistent whatsoever. It was 100% lying to us.
It is likely that its frost giant masters are indeed cruel, but who knows how many wolves are actually there, or giants for that matter.
Well, I feel kind of dumb getting tricked, but
No, it's not your fault. Though I do feel that if we had gone immediately, we would be going into a trap. Though I think...
yeah, but I mean, it didn't make any sense. Like the story didn't add up. Like they were concerned about their brother. Like they're so far away, yet they got to us, like limping and shit. It just like it was fucking weird.
Yeah, a lot of it didn't make a whole lot of sense. So we definitely need to be prepared for whatever type of ambush we may be walking into.
He did give us quite a bit of information he may not have wanted to. We know where we are going now. We know how to get there. And if what he's saying is truthful, we know there are at least 2 wolves, winter wolves, and 1 giant. And we know that the children are still alive.
Well, I mean, why don't we ask the speaker? Like they'd know about the giant, wouldn't they?
Has the giant ever bothered Dugan's Hole before, as long as I've been here?
As long as you've been here, you have never seen this giant.
Okay.
The giant has not been here, at least in the last several years. But I assume that's nothing for a giant. The speaker, obviously much older, may know more.
Yeah.
Lotus will then speak up and say, "Now, you say giant. How big are we talking here?"
How tall is this house? Speaker's house?
It's only a 1-story house.
Okay, yeah, Alicia will just point to the roof and be like, bigger than this house.
Yeah, she'll then look curiously at all of you. I'm like, all right, just keep in mind I'm not from here, so I'm just trying to get a sense of everything. Like, it just seems to me that a giant, something that large, would be pretty difficult to hide.
True.
A cherry light awakens itself in the cigarette of one Icewind Dale, and he says, "You say that, but you know, apparently there are dragons here in Icewind Dale. But have you all ever seen one? Even though some of them claim that they are over 100 feet long, 30 feet tall, something like that, I think I would see."
I mean, sort of.
And he just points to Lotus.
No, Avalis, I'm not a dragon. I'm a dragonborn. You know, that would be like comparing an elephant to an elephant seal.
And he looks confused because he doesn't know what, he's never heard of an elephant.
Like I said, you're probably not familiar with either of those. So,
Well, hold on. Are they like the elephants that abducted you? Like, do they have like 4 like trunks, both of them? But like one is, aquatic, and the other one is, does it have wings? Is that all they're different? One flies, one swims.
no, that's not it, Gaiman. But
IKEA shuts down.
I don't fucking know how your planet works.
Akia, you can take the inspiration. That was amazing.
Yes, I imagine that Moose would probably spend the next hour giving you a rather detailed taxonomical dissertation on the differences between an elephant and an elephant seal, probably
Oh,
losing you
boy.
within the first
So
minute.
you're going on for an hour?
Something like that.
Gaiman shuts down.
Yeah. I feel like after the first 5 minutes, he would have shut down.
He gives you 10.
I'm confused.
Speaker Edgra, do you know of this lodge that seems to be outside of Dugan's Hole?
I'm afraid to say I have never heard of this lodge, but the name of the giant I do recognize.
Oh.
Yes, the name of that giant, Garagai. There was a giant by that name that would often, well, raid our caravans. We put out a billet for that giant's head. A group of adventurers, I believe, took the billet, but we never saw them again, so I don't know what happened to them. But I do know that giant, and that was roughly about a year and a half ago.
So, you never heard from the adventurers, but then you also never heard from the giant since then, either.
Well, yeah, that is true, but to tell you the truth, we have not had many caravans since then either.
What information, kind of being in this area for a little bit now, what information would Alicia be able to pull about frost giants and winter wolves and whatnot?
Sure. Okay.
Yeah,
This would be
check.
two separate checks because there are two different types of enemies here. So the winter wolves, you could do nature or animal handling. For the giants, we could probably do an arcana or nature.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's nature.
Can Avalis assist on that?
Sure.
I don't know if that gives. Yeah.
Ain't that
Yeah.
much.
Oh, well, sorry. Tried.
No, it's
Okay, that's for the winter wolves. Okay, so winter wolves, you would know this, are a lot smarter than normal wolves, exponentially smarter. You also know that they are prone to try to trick, humans and humanoids, and they often enjoy doing it. They are incredibly strong. One thing that you do know about winter wolves, they have almost an innate ability to breathe cold air. So if you are in a battle with a winter wolf, you want to make sure you are not facing their mouth, because at any moment they might freeze you solid.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm. That's what you would know with a 12.
And that all lines up, because this winter wolf was legitimately speaking to us in a British accent, so has to have been intelligent, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Just trying to.
Where did he get the monocle?
The top hat. Where the fuck is he hiding these things?
Listen, you ain't Mr. fucking Peanut.
Okay, and then next would be, would you we'll do Arcana for
Mhm.
a giant. Ooh.
Sure. Okay, so frost giants are very similar to raiders or reavers or pirates. They live for pillaging and plundering any that they can find, whether it is other giants,
Ooh, I
humanoids.
don't think that actually will change anything, but it should be a 14 because I didn't add the boost in wisdom that I added.
Oh,
but I don't
no
think
problem.
It wouldn't change much.
Right. So you would know that. You know that they are extremely territorial hunters. Let's see, with a 14, you know that a single giant is going to be anywhere from 15 to 19 feet tall. And if you needed their weight for any reason, they're going to be anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 pounds.
So what you're saying is I cannot pick them up.
Yes, if you have a levitate spell, you cannot levitate a frost giant, unfortunately enough. One other thing that I'll give you with a 14 here, you do know that frost giants can almost use anything around them as a weapon. So whether it's a rock, a tree, another person, they can just pick things up and yeet them hundreds of feet. So if you do end up fighting a frost giant, do not let it pick you up.
Yeah, Alicia will definitely share all of that information with the party. I probably would suggest, since both of these things are quite tough, we may be better off trying to separate them, because if we get into a one single fight, I don't think we're going to win that.
Perhaps
Maybe-
we should attack the wolf before he takes us all the way to the lodge.
That's what I was thinking. We play along that we are going along with the wolf, and if we are able to find a good spot that's... You said it was, what, a day and a half away to this so-called lodge? Or was it a half a day?
Half a day.
Half a day?
Half a day, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least that's what he was saying.
True. So maybe we play along for a few hours and then try and find a decent place to turn the tables on him before he takes us to whatever ambush spot he's most likely setting up for us. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. So if we are going to be taking a long rest, I would like to change what Alicia was going to be doing tonight, which is just going to be relaxing, to try to do some sort of study of information with possibly Danica and Wado, if they have any information on winter wolves and frost giants.
Absolutely. And what we can say is that would give you advantage on any checks you're making to like recall knowledge about them to try to, I don't know, discover any weaknesses or anything that you can exploit in a outcoming battle against them.
Perfect.
Cool. With that being said, is there anything else that you guys want to cover before the long rest? Or are you guys ready to rest and then go?
I guess the other thing real quick is that Lotus would show her sketch of the heads-up display that she sees to Akia just to get their thoughts on it.
You will have to ask in the morning.
All right, that's fine. I'll wait till the morning then.
They will probably just respond with a... That's weird. You see that all the time?
Not really all the time. Really, just whenever we're in a fight. It's like it seems to respond to like the my elevated heart rate and the surge of adrenaline whenever we're in combat.
Very interesting. I would like to get a pearl and make a more thorough examination of your mask.
I would like that too. I'll be sure to keep an eye out for one for you.
Excellent. So you all are able to grab a long rest, and I will move the clock forward to the morning.
Ooh, one thing before the long rest. The key is completely shut down, or it's still able to like respond to stuff.
Let me double check with how they are aware. while resting. Let me double check.
Okay. I mean, if you're up by dawn, then
I appear inert, but I do catch the rest of the conversation, basically.
Okay. I think Alicia will just wait until dawn. And then when that time comes up, we'll kind of walk over to Akia. I'm not sure how this works. Are you on right now, or...?
Good morning, Alicia.
Ah. Good morning, Akia. I've been thinking about this, and they'll take out the ice knife that we had gotten off of, I blank on his name, but Killer Boy. I'm not sure if this would be more of an appropriate weapon for you. I do understand that you do have some affinity with Auril, but maybe you can use this weapon for a better use.
Akia reaches out for it and then pauses, hesitates, and then will eventually go ahead and take it from you and say, "It is possible, although it probably will not help us in the current battle. It is possible that I have an affinity for it."
Yeah, I mean, frost giants, winter wolves, the cold that it deals is not really going to be helpful, but maybe in the future. Or maybe you're able to change it into something different. Who knows? But, yeah. We need the ice knife.
Alright, we'll see.
Also, it clashes with their style.
There we go. Just answering private messages here, and yes, so in the morning, it is actually, for any who are interested, the first of Harvesttide. And Harvesttide falls between the months of Elet and Marpanoth. It is kind of a solstice celebration. And for those really interested here, this is a day when, if children are born on it, they are said to have lifelong good luck, but are smitten with wanderlust.
Or would I still be have that level of exhaustion, or would that have cleared?
So we can resolve that with perfect. I'm getting private messages. Perfect. That all works for me, Avalas. So that could potentially clear if you take a hit of Hag Crystal this morning. But if you would like to resist the hit of Hag Crystal, you will have to make a save this day. Your appearance still remains the same. However, the veins that were protruded and kind of blocky and bulky have thinned out to almost a normal level of veinage from your lips. So for Gaiman, this will be a decision. Does he take the hand crystal and potentially go in with no level of exhaustion, or does he miss it and keep it?
I'd like to see if I can resist. So con save.
Yep. Ooh.
Nope. All right. I guess get up in the morning and excuse myself, and I'll take a hit.
Yeah, Gaiman, you have been feeling real tired these last few days, but after that hit, it all goes away. You feel right as rain. You feel like nothing could stop you now. Uh, we would play it, but I think it might get Lex's stream shut down. But you feel like, won't stop me now. You're gonna have a good time in this fight, and that's all I can say.
I feel so good. I need another one. This feels great. And if one feels good, the second's got to feel better.
Okay. Gaiman, you can snort another one.
Con save.
So let's get rid of your level of exhaustion. Number one. Yeah, give me a con save as you're taking this here. Because there's someone who's watching your every move as you do this. Ooh, and you succeed. And as you succeed, someone who's watching you makes you feel lucky. Because you have taken a hit of that hag crystal. You have reversal of fortune here. You have gone from one level of exhaustion to having the lucky status.
See, I don't know what everyone's getting all worked up about. Drugs are great. In all seriousness, kids, anyone watching, do not do drugs. They are bad for you. This is just played for laughs.
Mm-hmm.
On that same line, I can't remember. Was it New Moon where Danica's abilities are better? Or is it Full Moon?
Her powers, much like a certain Sailor Scout, are going to be the strongest at the full moon.
Okay.
And for her, if she was a priestess of Shar, which she's not, it would be the new moon. So there is a full moon coming up on the 5th of Marpanoth.
And we're currently on the 1st right now.
Yep, the 1st of Harvesttide, which Harvesttide only lasts for today.
Alright, making a note.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I asked you about, Orf, Gaiman would pick up that chain and he would get the shackles.
Absolutely. So the speaker has a chain and shackles in hand in case there are ever prisoners that needed to be dealt with. And speaking of prisoners, everyone, I know I didn't mention this specifically, but the sheriff, several of the militiamen headed out after you defeated Torga back to Bryn Shander to take the members of Torgs to justice. So that is where he is currently located, in transit to deliver those prisoners.
Avalas,
Yes.
I'm almost done with the first thing I was making for you, but I also have this this necklace. If you want to not need to hold fire in your palm to make light all the time. And it's just a very, very basic leather necklace like a child would make in art class, but the centerpiece is a glowing stone.
It is very nice, actually. I like it quite a bit.
It
But
is oversized, so if you transform, it should be able to stay on you.
that is good, because while I can see well in the dark, most of my shapes often cannot. So this will help.
Because Avalis got dark vision, but his warhorse don't.
Walking around with a blindfold.
Yep.
It gives you 10 feet of light.
Hey, that is better than nothing.
It's 5 bright, 5 dim.
He holds it up, smiles, and puts it on. And
Thank you for this.
You're welcome. I just need about 50 more minutes to complete this injectable. I assume we are leaving soon.
Yeah, you guys can leave whenever you're ready. Your B team members are all standing by, ready to come with you. They have heard the stories of this winter wolf that tried to trick you, and they are all ready to not only get vengeance, but save the children.
I'd say as we're about to head out, Lotus will finish her usual morning cigarette, and it's like, and she wanted to share a poem she wrote, sort of like inspired by what she shared about her heads-up display. Just a short one. It's like, the mind and the spirit amplified, running out on the edge, to break every limit, maximize, running out on the edge.
You hear snapping coming from your B team members as your poetry is helping to motivate them at the potential danger of this journey.
Gaiman will stride out to the front of the group and say,
Well, I feel inspired, and I think I've got a poem too. I'm here to kick ass and chew gum, and I'm all out of fucking gum. Let's fucking go!
then he's going to start at a sprint running out of town.
Oh, jeez.
After about 100 yards, he's going to look back and say, what the fuck's taking you so long? He's just going to stand there waiting.
Gaiman, please take a DM inspiration, because that was pretty indicative of your character. All right, before you all leave, any preparations you need to make, or is everyone ready to go?
Yeah, I already switched out my spells, so you know what I got. And I assume somebody can make us more sneaky if we need to be, maybe? Because I did not prepare that.
So you're asking, did someone prepare?
Did someone take Pass Without Trace?
I am on spell list.
Got it. Okay,
I don't have
should've taken
access to it either.
It'll be fine. What's the
It's
worst that could
fine.
happen?
Okay, the one question that your friend, Blarton Bladehelm, has for you. Are we leaving immediately, or are we going to try to meet the wolf at night?
I feel like they're expecting us in the morning, I think is what we said. So sometime other than that would be optimal.
I mean, if we want to keep the, what do you call it, the Rubicon going, I think we need to head out when we said we were going to head out, you know? Just like if we're alert and expecting to like be getting ambushed, then like, you know, we won't be surprised. That'll give us advantage. Like, they'll be surprised that we're not surprised. Right?
What should be the I guess, how will we know when we should attack the Quran before he takes us all the way? Is there some sort of sign or signal?
Code word.
Ooh, we need to come up with a special word. Okay.
Or I suppose you could just swing a weapon at it and I would notify.
Well, no. He said he could speak giant, and we could speak giant. And he said he could speak common and wolf. So, what is a language that isn't one of those that is a good word to use. A lot. Surprise, motherfucker! You know.
Lotus will speak up, be like, does any... I know Draconic. Do any of you know how to speak Draconic?
That is negative.
Unless it's something like Yeti.
Alright, Gaiman, I think you've got something here. And I will basically tell Gaiman the word Draconic for surprise, and say, like, just say that. That'll be the signal. I'll know it, and that'll know to kick off everything.
There was a lot of guttural sounds in that.
Well, yes, it's why I think Gaiman would be able to say it.
All right. So, the word for surprise in Draconic is Ronda.
Yes. And honestly, back home we didn't get to use it much, but my mother insisted I learn my ancestral tongue.
All right. We'll use that. Okay.
And I'll go ahead and make sure that the others know it as well, so they know when you'll give the signal.
When shit pops off.
Oh, look, Akia, can you do the thing and move the light from Shiny to Lucille?
Sure. It just takes one action. I just pop the gem mount, attach it to Lucille.
All right. Who's a pretty great axe? You are. Who's a pretty great axe?
And he's saying this, he's like talking baby speak to his great axe as he's walking away from the group.
Gaiman, as you say this to the axe's middle splits open. Two eyes on either side of the axe look to you and say, "Oh, yeah, I'm a good boy. Yeah."
And
Wow, that's
so
his voice.
Gaiman is going to reach out and like pinch the blade, like cutting himself because he keeps it that sharp. But he's like in his head, he's like pinching the cheek of the great axe.
He's like, "Oh, Dad, you're such a cool guy."
And now he was going to start tickling the haft.
Of your axe, right?
Yes, I'm not jacking off. Jesus,
I'm sorry.
that's
was
a
too
fair question. We get pretty crass, but I mean, come on. I have some sense of decorum.
Your axe is giggling. So everyone, if Gaiman is still 100 yards away, you wouldn't have seen any of that happen. But it is happening.
No, I'm in my head. This is like happening as we are traveling.
So he is
Like I'm not like far away from the group, but like this is not the first time he's talked to his weapons in the presence of the others. So make of that what you will.
It's not that much different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lotus wouldn't think it's really any more different than what you usually do.
But this is just an amazing experience for Gaiman at the moment.
I mean, I guess. What is it's only a passive of 16. I'm not sure if there would be differences that she would, that Alicia would pick up on. Doesn't seem like there's anything different.
All everyone needs to do is start taking Hag Crystal, and you guys can do this stuff too.
Yeah, I could start talking to my weapons too.
And who knows, maybe Gaiman's weapons. Okay, so it sounds like you guys are going to wait till evening time, meet back up with the wolf, and then head out. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
Sorry, just one addendum. I actually have a couple extra spell. I can prepare a couple more spells than before. I will prepare Pass Without Trace if you allow that addendum.
Sure. Because it's, I think it's your druid level plus your wisdom
That's
modifier.
my wisdom mod, yeah, so I can prepare 8 spells.
Mm-hmm. Druids. So good. If you also see the D&D movie, maybe you'll find out why they're so good. I won't say anything more.
That shit ain't raw.
So
They can turn into owl bears. That's in the trailer. No spoilers.
what time do we leave?
So I think you guys are going to wait till evening. So let's say 5:51 p.m. and you guys can head out to meet the injured wolf. Okay. So leaving town with your B team guys, you can go and meet them.
All right. In that case, I've Avalus. I have finished that injectable, which is a mechanically it is a scroll of cure wounds, and I finished both of those hunting traps.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I feel like I'm being a bit of a spotlight hog, but serious question, mechanically speaking, am I still riding my high at this point, or
Oh yeah, you're
Okay.
fine. You took 2 whole hits. Someone's
Okay.
looking out for you now, Gaiman. Someone's really interested in what's going to happen with your ongoing commitment to the brand. So you guys exit town. It's about 30 minutes of walking. So we're at about 6:30. When, let me just go ahead and activate this scene. So you guys are traveling, and you see your friend Koran waiting for you all there. He would have heard you coming, chunking in the snow, and he's standing there with his back paw up, waiting to lead you where you need to go.
Yeah, Lewis will speak up, and she still sounds genuine when she asks this, but she's still probing a little bit. She'll be like, "Oh, Koran, how's the
Oh my god.
how's your limp? Has that gotten any better?"
what just happened? Everything's gone green. Everything was green there for a second.
Alicia turned on light.
Yeah.
They are very bright.
Koran would say, the children are still fine. The master has not killed them and eaten them yet, but we have to go and save them tonight.
Why, they're getting fat. Yeah.
Oh, they are getting much more chunky than the last time I saw you. The master continues to feed them whale blubber.
Well, all that fat can't be good for them. Well, lead the way.
Yes, Koran will begin to lead you guys off. As he's leading you guys, let's see. I'm just looking at everyone's passive perceptions, just because I can do that. All right. Yeah. The wind, the snow, and the cold are just ever present, and the Koran is acting almost like an arrow, kind of splitting the wind from making too much of an obstacle for you all.
Gaiman
Koran.
has a. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah,
Koran, how far is it to your master's lodge from here?
oh, if we make haste, it will be almost half a day's walk, so we will get there just as well. If the sun was shining, the sun would be about to shine. Of course, because of the everlasting winter, no sun will be coming our way.
Alright, that was all I was going to say. Whatever you wanted to do, Gaiman.
I put it in chat.
Excellent. I had to roll on the table to see if something was going to happen. I have to reveal to you guys it's a 51. Because we rolled a 51. I have to add an additional weather effect to this.
Alright.
So the snow picks up. And for the first time in your travels, a blizzard kicks up. Because Koran is here, his bulk helps block most of the wind. But the howling winds begin to limit how you can hear, how you can see. The snow almost makes it impossible to see more than 10 or 20 feet out ahead of you. Now that the blizzard has started, do you guys take this moment to jump Koran? Or do you wait till he's taken you all the way to the lair?
I feel like trying to fight in this visibility is going to be real tough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we want to go the full way, but probably see how this weather turns out for maybe the next hour or so before popping off anything. That's my thoughts.
Trying to be heard above the howling wind, Gaiman will call out,
Oi, Corin. You know how you said you were gonna blaze a trail for us? Did you do that in case we get separated in this fucking blizzard?
Oh yes, I've scratched several locations along the way in case anyone gets lost, but everyone make sure you're holding hands. You don't want to get separated in a blizzard.
and as we've been traveling along, have we seen a blaze trail, or is he just putting one on us?
Yes, actually, every time you guys pass a pine or stone, you see that there are several claw marks in it, like hashes that have been made.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, just for my information, as you guys are traveling through this blizzard, can I get each character to give me a perception check, please? Thankfully, because you guys have a guide, and his large bulk is helping to keep you all on track. Oops.
Where are my rolls today? What the fuck?
Oops. Okay.
I will throw out my Backspiration.
Sure.
And that's still a D6?
Yep. At level 5, it will level up to a D8. Oh, hi, Kashi. My cat just flooped me. Yes, Avalis.
Just add that
13.
Outlander, the Wanderer feature thing, which I don't know if you want to look at my sheet. Does that help me out in any way?
Yes. I'm going to say this gives you a advantage here on this. This would definitely be an opportunity for that.
Perfect.
If I hold hands with Avalos, do I get a advantage?
Yes, you feel a spark of warmth in your soul that you might have not ever felt before as you are traveling through this snowstorm with a winter Eladrin. We'll say you get a +5 to this. Okay, you got a 12.
I feel like Akia goes robotically, it's a little bit funny, this feeling inside.
Oh, God.
I like it. Okay, and then one from Lotus here. Okay, so Avalis.
What do my elf eyes see?
You're the only person that notices this in the snow. Roughly right at the edge of the vision that you have in the blizzard, you can make out another shape that is roughly the same size as Koran following behind you all, moving incredibly stealthily. You think that had you not had the proper training in this region, had you not had the perfect opportunity, you would have missed him. And
I kind of whisper to Lotus and Alicia, since they're both right next to me. I said,
Hold. It's a brother is in there ahead of us, waiting for us.
Lotus won't say anything. She'll just give you a silent nod.
Same.
You said behind us or in front of us?
I said, yeah, in front,
the
right?
creature is it's behind. So Kana,
behind us. Oh, great. Great.
Yeah, Corin is in front, and this creature is slowly moving behind you guys, just roughly right at the edge of your vision.
Right. I'll say, it looks like it's now or never.
Hearing that, Lotus will call out the iconic surprise to let you all know that we've been made.
Right.
I attack.
Right as that
Same.
is happening, Alicia's gonna cast aid.
Okay, so as you guys yell these things, let's go ahead and have everyone roll into initiative, and we'll see what happens when. As Corin snarls, and you see him put all of his weight equally onto all of his feet.
He can speak Draconic, that motherfucker!
No, just that the loud exclamation. There was somatic gestures about to happen. We'll see who wins it here. Ooh, and it appears that Lotus was the winner here of the combat. 8. Let me just see how far away did I do that right? Yes. Okay. And let me go over to here. Perfect. Okay, so we'll begin here. Okay, Lotus. You yelled out the
All right.
command, and now it is your turn.
All right. I don't see the other one, but that's okay. I'm in good position here between everyone with how squishy I am, so I'll hang here for now. I'll go ahead and target Korean. I guess it's like as she takes up, she'll see the heads-up display sort of pop up in front of her face. She'll take the pitcher's stance, and this sort of
hold
like
actions if you can.
All right.
Remember, breath weapons. We're all clumped up.
Right. Okay. Let's really get to here. All right. Maybe I will move a little bit then.
It could be a code. It doesn't have to be a line. Sorry,
Alright.
table talk. I'll shut up.
I guess acting on the information that it's behind us, Lotus will probably want to move out and to the side, try to take some cover here. So I'll go ahead and take full movement, and those will just sort of like. So he's like, I want to take cover over here. Up. All right, so that's movement there. Let's see here. Tell you what, I will. Let's see here. I'll hold off for the moment. I will go ahead and let's see here. I will go ahead and hold. Is it a mind? Yeah, I'll go ahead and hold a mind whip knuckleball for when the other shows up where I can see them.
Sure. Concentration and ready to action. Cool.
All right, and in that case, I'll go ahead and do that, and I will go ahead and pass it to Alicia.
Alright, Alicia, for this one is going to burn double spell. Well, actually, no, it won't be able to move action. Alright, we're gonna do aid first. For some reason it didn't pop into the chat. In that case, I'll just pop description anyway. That dude. Whatever. So they're going to give 5 max and current HP to Lotus, themselves, and Avalis. So your guys' HPs go up by 5. And then bonus action, they're going to actually, yeah, I actually will do double spell for this one. And then it's going to create a spiritual weapon. I'm going to pop that out. Not actually using it to attack, but it's just going to pop it out.
Sure.
Here. But it's not going to actually attack with it, and then it's going to move in the other direction. Over this way. Alright, that's it for me. We'll pass it to Avalis.
Okay. Avalis will do a hold action on. He'll produce this small blue flame in his hands and get ready to basically lob it at Karan once everyone else does. And that will be his action. And then for movement, he's going to shift over here. Probably right in the face of wherever that other dog is, or wolf is.
Mm-hmm. You can actually see where they are because you perceived them.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, I'll be a target, but you know that sucks. But someone's gotta. And that is it for me. I will pass to. Who was my phone? I'll pass to Akia.
All right, I'm gonna move into a flanking position, and then I'm gonna throw down some napalm because that seems to work pretty well.
Okay. Go ahead and throw down some napalm. All right. It's going to attempt a dexterity saving throw. It nimbly jumps out of the way.
All right, and then I guess I will bonus action go ahead and give myself some temp HP and pass to Gaiman.
Hey, Gaiman, you are up.
Right, so shit. I'm fairly certain I know that I can't do this. So what I'll have to do is I can't stow the bow and arrow and then grab the chain. So I'll just drop the bow and the arrow and hopefully recover it later. I'm gonna bonus action rage, and then I'm gonna take the chain that I've had wrapped around my chest, and I'm gonna lunge for Corin, and I'm trying to muzzle him with the chain, and then because there's a shackle at the end, it's got like cuffs at either end. Use that to secure the chain around his mouth so he can't use his breath weapon.
Okay, so for that, I will say, if you want to keep his mouth closed, it will take 3 successful grapple actions to make that chain all the way closed. So take 3 turns to make sure that that chain is what it needs to be.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm going to advance. Oh, can't be like in his face like that. All right, so I'm his size now. And I'm taking the chain. And do you want like a grapple attack to see how that goes?
Yep. Go ahead and make me an athletics check, and it will also oppose.
All right. Hold on 1 second. So will this be with advantage?
Yep, because you're raging.
Raging. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the creature rolled a 26.
God damn it. I only had a 25. Well, it's not an attack, it's a... Almost!
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. That's all I got. I guess I'll have to pass to him since.
I guess my my attack would go off then, right?
Oh yeah. Everyone's holding actions. Never mind.
Yep. All right. So produce flame. $17.
17 is pretty close. As the flame is coming towards the winter wolf, you see all of his hair starts to spine up and turn himself almost into a spiky hedgehog. A 17 would miss.
Oh, that sucks.
All right, in that case,
So got expiration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can burn a fax. I got 2 of them.
That's pretty much max damage on that fire.
Okay, a 23 hits. Takes
How
8
many-
points of fire damage.
Nice. I was hoping it'd be a weakness.
all right. So then I guess Lotus's will go off too. All right. So she'll basically form a sort of ethereal purple version of a baseball in her right hand. Put the index and middle fingers on the seams, and she'll go ahead and chuck the knuckleball at it. Loop for 1 second level spell slot. All right, that is a DC 14 int save.
Okay, here comes an intelligence saving throw for you. Here we go. That is 18.
It's rolling well.
It is what it is.
I mean,
Okay,
still 4 damage.
Koran will steal. You hear it charge 1 Paragon action at the start of its turn, and it says, Keenan, I guess the jig is up. We gotta get out of here if we're gonna have fresh man meat tonight. Let's see if you all can catch us. And the creature is, I believe it, because it's starting its turn in the bonfire, it has to make a
Nope.
save against the bonfire. Nope, only if it ends.
Yep.
It will disengage as its action. And it will move. And it moves 45 feet towards the top of the map as it begins to run off map. Let's see, action disengage. And it will use its... I don't want to retcon that. So yeah, it'll just do that. Then it will pass to its brother, Kanan. Kanan will look to you all and say, "Good luck surviving the blizzard. Let's see if you can get to the kids in time." And you see Kanan runs this way, using its action to run. Well, it runs 45 feet, and then it will dash 45 feet as it moves 60 feet off map.
Well, shit.
So as the 2 wolves begin to run in 2 different directions, possibly planning to meet up later, do you choose to stay in initiative trying to chase the wolves in a blizzard? What does the party choose to do?
I assume we're gonna try and chase them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't get much distance, but I do still have my magic missile. It's good for 120 feet.
And I should say, visibility in a blizzard is limited to 30 feet.
Yeah, I just got to be able to see them. Oh yeah. Fortunately, I don't think I have anything that's going to work then.
All right, I will pass this to round 2. They will let Akia 13 decide what he is going to do next.
Oh,
So Akia, this guy's 30 feet away from you at the moment.
Well, I'll move I'll move 30 feet to catch up.
Okay.
It's gonna be rough. There's no way I can grapple it. Well, you never know. You never know. I might get a net 20 and they get a net 1. It's always a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I will use I'll attempt to grapple with a DM inspiration.
Okay.
Let's see, where's athletics? There it is.
Hey, that's a 12.
It's not gonna work.
Oh my gosh, you grapple it. Because that is only an 11 for it.
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be bad. All right,
It's grappled.
that's my turn.
I imagine you ran up and just grabbed it right by the tail.
Yep, I'm snow skiing. I'm gonna pass to Avalos. Thinking maybe they can turn into something fast.
Yeah, I guess. All I got's the Warhorse. He's the best. He's the fastest, and he has a decent attack. So, boom. Avalos becomes Mr. Avalos, and can go 60 feet, which is not enough to catch him. He's still 15 feet away. But I will. That's my normal movement on the edge of the screen, and then I will. Can't attack because I'm too far, but I can at least cut him off. I'll position myself on the other side of the wolf, kind of flanking.
Orpheus, would you allow me to use my reaction to, like,
Grab onto
try
the
and
horse.
jump?
Oh, you're gonna jump on?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I will. Okay. As you go to try to jump on the horse, give me an acrobatics check to try to land on top of the horse successfully.
Is there anything I could do anticipating that as a horse to help out?
I would say not in this instance, because I don't think you guys have trained any horse riding
You're right.
maneuvers. But
Yeah, and
potentially.
I am not slowing down either. So
Okay,
Yeah, so give me-
I will
give me an
use that
acrobatics.
DM inspiration I earned earlier for this roll.
Okay, yeah, you jump on top of the horse, spinning your reaction.
oh, sweet. All right, and I will, like I said, circle around and flank the Koran.
Perfect. Is there anything else with the end of your turn?
Oh, that is all the horse can do. So I will pass to. Let's see. I'll go and pass to Gaiman.
The
Or
wolf
wait,
is
I'm sorry. I spoke. I guess it's too late. Sorry.
no. You can choose who you pass to. The wolf's going to use a paragon power, no matter who's going to go next.
All right. I'll pass to Lotus.
Okay, so Lotus is going to go next. The wolf is going to spend a paragon action to break out of the grapple, or attempt to. So it got a 19. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, it is no longer grappled.
Wait, do you have your Faxpiration?
I do.
You could try to spend it here.
Mine as well. Nope.
Okay, the creature is no longer grappled, and Lotus is up.
All right, let's see if I can make something happen here. Full movement for 30. And let's see here.
You can still see the creature because it's within 30 feet.
All right, I can.
Oh, wait, I thought you said it was 15 feet off the map.
Yeah, and she's only 15 feet away, right?
All right, I can. All right, I want to do what I can
My
to
bad.
at least slow it down here. So I don't want to spend anything too powerful. So let's go with all reliable here. I'll target. go ahead and curveball first level magic missile. I'm gonna give it all 3.
Okay. Okay, the creature is going to take some force damage here. Perfect.
All right, that's all I got. If it doesn't steal, I'm gonna pass to Gaiman.
It will steal, so Koron will try to act. Okay, so it's got Akia behind it, Gaiman and Horse Avalas on the other side. So the creature will go ahead and use the disengage action, and then it's going to run an additional 45 feet. It will regain a Paragon action as it runs into the snow, and it's now 60 feet off map. Or actually, you know what it will do before it runs? So let's, before it moves away from you guys, it will use a bonus action and do a Savage Howl. It doesn't have any allies within 30 feet, but all other creatures must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened for 1 minute. So that would be Akia, Gaiman, and Avalas. So Akia succeeds on that one. That was a really good flat roll for Akia there. Avalas succeeds.
Wait, hold on. You said it just moved 45 feet away.
It's going to do that before it moves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't do it last time, and I caught myself before I moved it this time. Okay, so...
Oh, never mind.
What were you going to say?
Nothing, because I'm wrong.
Oh, okay.
So this is awkward.
So, Gaiman, you start to feel a fear well up in you, and this creature has a proficiency bonus of 3, so you're going to be feared 3. Once it will then use its action to disengage, and then it will move an additional 45 feet, so it is 60 feet off map. Its brother will... it'll go ahead and pass to it. Its brother, basically, at this point, is so far away from you guys. We're just going to remove it from play, because I don't think there's a way for you guys to catch up to it. So we'll just take Kanan out of the equation for now. Okay, so then Alicia.
Oh, fucking come on. Which will use all of their movement to chase after everyone going in this direction. As they pass by their spiritual weapon, they would like to use an item interaction to stuff it in their pocket and keep running.
Yeah. Just pick up the ethereal spiritual weapon. Sure.
Yeah, because they'll be running faster than they can move it with a bonus action. If that's possible. If not, it seems too Looney Tunes for that to happen. Oh gosh, and this thing is still 60 feet. I can't even do anything at this range. I'll just use an action to dash after them.
Sure.
Me, 10 feet off map?
Yep. Oh man, so do you guys know what I need to do? I need to go to this map. I need to configure it real quick. Grid.
I mean, this seems like it's now a chase scene or whatnot. So
Yes, I think what we'll do here is we're going to go to the DMG, and we're going to run this using the DMG chase rules, everyone. That seems to be probably for the best. What do you guys think? Or should we keep running this in normal initiative? I am fine either way.
I'll defer to the group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly not familiar, so I'm fine with whatever.
I
Okay.
will say, just if it makes a difference to you guys, I can, at 1, outrun this thing, and 2, if I charge, I can knock it prone, potentially.
Yeah, let's keep running it as a normal fight for now. So Alicia moved. I increased the distance of the thing. And I don't think there's any walls. I don't know how much this helped us.
I only would have been about 10 feet from the edge of the map.
Sure. Cool. Okay, so then I believe it's Gaiman's turn.
Alright, so I'm scared of it. So can't get any closer. And I shot my fucking bow and arrow back there.
So because of the changes to fear, the only change is you take a status penalty equal to that value to all of your checks and DCs. You can move closer.
Oh, alright.
Mhm.
But it's 45 feet away.
We were 40. I'm on the because we were on the north side of it when it moved, so we're only 40 feet away from it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hold a grapple attack on Koran, if I can, and then I will pass to Avalas into the new round.
Ooh. As you're passing, the Winter Wolf will use a Paragon power. He is going to aim this at Avalas. He is going to shoot a beam of ice at you.
Okay.
That is
22 hits. Yeah.
So out of his mouth, like a Pokemon, he shoots an ice beam. And I think he's only 20 feet away from you, so still within range of sight. The beam strikes true.
Okay, and I have the 5 temporary HP still, so that 19 hit points are actually 24, so I have, 11 left.
Ooh. Okay, so we're in round 3.
Now, am I covered in that ice beam too? Is it like a specific targeted attack?
I would say it like struck the warhorse right in the chest.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was like a proper breath weapon, like a cone or some shit.
Now, Avalas, the important part here of the ice beam, on a hit, it takes cold damage and speed.
I saw
is
the speed
reduced.
reduction. Yep. Good news. He's only 40 feet away, so. Oh, I guess that should say 20 feet, not 40 feet, because he's 40 feet away from me. But I will go the 40 feet, and let's see. So I will not have enough to get on the far side of him to cut him off, but I will at least be right up next to him. So I'll put that at 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I thought your foot speed was 60.
It is. The problem is now it's only. Oh, you're right. So it'd be 50. So I would be able
Yeah,
to,
so if you want to get on the other side of him,
so
you could do that.
Yeah. So Game
Because-
and I are on the other side. Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. Then I will. Would you allow, because I had to have 20 feet of running to charge him, getting on the far side? Do you still count that as all running, so it would still be a charge, or do I have to stay on the near side of him for that?
I mean, you could run through him.
Yeah, you could run through him, or as you run past him.
Okay. All right. So if this hits, then this will happen. If it doesn't, then obviously no big deal.
An 18 is pretty good, so he's going to have to spend his reaction to parry to raise his AC for this attack to turn that hit into a miss.
Can I use my Fexpiration?
Yes, you can.
All right. So.
These fuckers have parry? What the shit?
All right. All right. Well,
Yeah, they basically
They took levels in fighter.
their melee
20.
weapon is their teeth. That would make their you're one short here.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. That is unfortunate because that would have been really awesome.
Okay, so you this guy has spent his reaction. I just got to put that there, so he
Now,
doesn't
does
parry again.
Eamon's grappling attack now go off because he's within range?
I believe so.
Yeah. Would it just be a standard grapple, or would I be able to try and grapple with the chain and shackle?
This would be you'd still need 3 attempts, so this would be your first attempt here to see if you can wrap his mouth shut with the chain. If you're wanting to just grab him. Either way here, I don't think. Okay, yeah, so you have him grabbed, so that would be a success on the first chain loop around the mouth, or you can just grab him.
I want to just grab him. Try and, stop him from running off.
Absolutely. Okay, so his speed is now 0 as he has been grappled.
Oh, I'll pass to Ikea. Let's see that.
Okay, yeah, Ikea can go. The creature was not damaged.
All right. I was next to it, and it moved 45 feet, so now I'm 15 feet away from it.
Yep.
So, after moving, that's 20. Okay. So I'd be there, and I'm going to fire the knobber knocker.
Dick punch!
You can clearly see this creature's cock and or balls. So
Oh,
you could,
no.
That was an advantage, right? Right?
I didn't declare anything.
what was your roll? I didn't see it on my side.
It was a 14.
14 will miss.
We were sad because the other roll was a 20.
I've been there. Okay, what else?
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, who would you like to pass to?
I'll pass to Lotus.
Okay, so you were only 15 feet away, so I should put you at 45 feet off map.
Yard.
And then the horse is like 65 feet off map.
Yeah.
And then Lotus, how far back were you of it? Do you remember?
Trying to remember. I think it was still about I think it was like 15 or 20 feet still on the map, I believe.
Okay, so
Something
you were
like that,
probably 15 feet away from him. So we'll put you here at like 30
Alright.
feet off map.
Right. Basically, I'll just make this easy for you. It's like it's basically full movement, which is 30 feet, and then I'll dash another 30. Because that's really all I
Okay.
can do until I get within sight range.
Yeah. So you're right next to the wolf. You just run up in Avalis and Gaiman. You just see Lotus come out of the darkness. So this whole thing is happening in the middle of a blizzard, which is amazing. Okay, Lotus, who would you pass to?
I don't use that now. No.
Wait, hold on. This might change everything. So, Gaiman. Oh, yes, you had your turn already. After you. So, you would have gained your reaction back. Excuse me. Wait, where is Gaiman? There's Gaiman. Okay, cool. And Lotus, are you going to pass to Gaiman or Alicia or the wolf?
I'm going to go ahead and pass to Gaiman.
Alright, so time to start wrapping that chain. So yeah, we're gonna do another athletics, raging. So yeah.
Alright, let's see what it gets here with its
Oh
athletics.
shit.
Alright, so you are unable to wrap the chain around its mouth.
Yeah, that's pretty much my turn.
Okay, and you can make a save against its savage howl effect. So it's a wisdom save.
Alright. Yeah, no.
Okay, but at the end of your turn, your fear 3 goes down to fear 2.
All right.
Perfect.
I will pass to Alicia.
Alright. Alicia will spend all of their movements to move 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess now the vague shapes become more clear.
Sure.
I don't really have anything that can help slow this creature down. Weapon attack. Alicia will. They'll spend their action to get 30 feet, another 30 feet to get right next to the wolf.
Okay.
Were they able to bring their spiritual weapon with them?
I think in the spell's description it says that it's ethereal.
It can only move 20 feet. I was mostly kidding around when they threw it into their pocket.
Okay.
If
So
not,
just-
that thing
Is that a spiritual weapon in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
So we just see the spiritual weapon slowly floating behind you.
Yeah. So
I love it.
At best, it probably would be like, let's say, back here.
Okay, no problem. Cool.
For their bonus action, then I guess they're going to spend a first level spell slot, and do Searing Smite. But just have that
Okay.
prepared. So I'm not actually doing anything with it just yet, but it's just gonna coat their weapon with fire.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
All right, that's it.
Okay, the wolf will go. He looks around, he's surrounded. The wolf says, "Ah, it seems that you all have caught up to me. Impressive. A winter wolf in the darkness, in a snowy night, is a hard thing to catch. Does this have to end in my death? Is there any way we could work this out?"
I mean, you could take us to the kids and not make sure they don't die. That could work. Oh, so what happened to your accent? You were so much more adorable with that.
I only use that accent when I'm, let's say, a little less stressed. But, if you guys want to drop the violence, I'll lead you to the kids. And I won't bite any of you, I promise.
Insight check.
You believe him that he will lead you to the kids and he will not bite you on the journey there.
On the journey
Very
there,
carefully worded.
When we get there,
Yeah.
it's all gonna change. But I guess for right now, Lotus will nod to the others that it's telling the truth for now.
So, can we, exit this slower time and I will lead you all there? I mean, you all attacked me first.
But you were lying to us the whole time, so kind of warranted.
Isn't it a saying of Lathander that two wrongs don't make a right?
Yeah, but I can make it all right with my left hook, so why don't you shut the fuck up and drop the pretense?
Okay, well, if you all are okay, we can exit initiative and the creature will no longer try to attack you and he will lead you to where you are wanting to go.
Sounds fine to me.
He even will extend his front paw forward to pinky promise that he will lead you there safely.
hold on. Listen, Gaiman will drop the rage. Well, no, he'll hold on to it just for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
What's stopping you from just trying to fuck off and leave us behind?
I promise I won't leave you behind. I will get you all the way to the lodge safely so that you can save the kids. I promise.
How many times can I do an insight check?
I think every time he says something.
Or can I just ride
I
that
think it's-
24?
I think it's pretty obvious. You know, they're still gonna try and kill us at the lodge.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
How about this? Gaiman was attempting to leash you. You let that happen, and we'll follow along.
The wolf looks at you and says, "Fine. As a compromise, you can wrap that chain around my neck."
All right, mate. Sounds good to me.
And Gaiman will he'll shackle the wolf. So he's got the shackle on one end of the chain. He'll loop it around the wolf's neck, so he's got a bit of tether, if you will, a bit of like the chain to hold as a leash, and
Mhm.
he'll put the other shackle into one of the links,
Okay.
making it impromptu leash.
Okay. So Koran is leash. You have the other end of the chain in your hand, and Koran will lead you guys to the lodge.
Definitely
You
walk
go get your bow.
behind this.
Oh yeah. Can someone go back and get his bow, or do I need to search for it specifically?
I'll get it.
I'm concerned because there was a blizzard and I dropped it.
It's not that far. It's fine.
Okay, it's not the distance; it's the snow coverage.
Okay, so there is a blizzard about. So as you try to find Gaiman's bow, everyone that wants to look, wisdom perception checks to try to find objects are at disadvantage in a blizzard. Unless you have snow goggles.
Of course, that's an item we could have gotten.
Oof, 14.
15.
I'll give it a try. 5.
You ever been in a snowstorm with no goggles on and the snow is
Yeah.
punching your eye?
Yeah, that's bad.
Can I use history to try and remember where he dropped it?
Sure. Give us a history check. It was at the middle of combat, but a 15 was enough. So Alicia knows exactly where the bow is, can pick it up and bring it to Gaiman.
Well, it's a big weapon.
Is the arrow a lost cause as well?
I know. You didn't shoot the arrow, so it's still there.
No. Okay. I didn't know how picky we were being, but it's fair.
Alicia is definitely dragging it behind them with their 9 strength. I'll be there in a minute.
That triggers your GM to look at everyone's encumbrance.
Yeah, I just realized hunting traps are fucking heavy.
Yeah,
so
they
I'll
are.
be setting all of those when I change back into a human.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're
Can you
25
imagine?
pounds a piece.
Can you imagine if Reed could carry 150 pounds of
He
stuff?
couldn't carry. He would be encumbered with one hunting trap.
Okay, so it is going to be 13 miles of harsh travel through snowstorm and blizzard. Your B-team companions are with you. The wolf is with you. They, of course, were off screen dealing with their own business as they were, cold and snowy. But I can take you to the next scene.
Do I lose the fear?
Yes, you lose the fear. That would end after initiative is over.
So all we have to do is follow a snow white wolf and a snow white horse and a snow white dragon born in a snow white blizzard.
Hey, you could follow a blue-gray Gaiman who has the wolf on a leash.
Here we go.
And if you would allow him, Avalos, the floating Gaben, because he's on your back.
Yeah.
Love it, love it. Okay, you do not have another encounter during the snow trip, and the once quite chatty winter wolf that you were traveling with seems to have clammed up for some reason. Maybe it's the chain on his neck. Maybe he was hoping that he would be able to escape you all. He nearly did.
Alicia will be chatting with them. I don't know if they'll be responding, but
Sure. What would you say?
I mean, pretty much like 20 questions, like when did you guys get to this area? Have you guys always been kidnapping and hunting people? What's your favorite color? What's a giant's favorite color? just trying to see if there's anything that can get this creature to slip up and give a little bit more information than it's probably hoping to.
Sure. The wolf would tell you, number one, that not everything I told you was a complete deception. We, my brother and I, were raised and adopted by Garagai. Did Garagai go out and kidnap those children? No. Was it us? Yes. Does he beat us? No. Do we like him? No. So maybe there is something to getting rid of him. Maybe this doesn't have to be necessarily a negative partnership.
All right. Say we're willing to hash out a deal here. How can we be sure you're going to keep your part of the bargain, since you've been rather deceptive to us so far?
It's true. A relationship built on lies is just as flimsy.
He holds his paw up as he's walking. He's like, I'll give it my Wolf Scout honor.
Oh shit!
He says, you may have not noticed it last time we were speaking, but the first time we met, I had my back paw toes crossed. And we all know that you have to honor the rules of toesies crossies. Isn't that right, Druid?
I mean, it is kind of sacrosanct, yes.
How are you saying this? I thought you're a horse.
Nay.
Foot
Oh,
stomp,
you're
foot stomp.
not a horse. Okay, I understand now.
So, he would also tell you that Garagai, well, a great hunter, great fighter, is so quick to anger. Maybe you could use that against him. And we have been getting the two little kitties nice and fat. Is it for the giant to turn into bread? Yes. Are we going to also eat the bread? Yes.
Where are you getting the bread?
Well, you can take someone who looks like you and, strip them of their meat, grind their bones into flour, and then use that with the other ingredients and make bread from.
Ah, so this is like Ag in the middle forest making kids into pastries and stuff. Okay, makes sense.
And of course, there's many hags in Icewind Dale, aren't there? And the Winter Wolf, you see, is looking at Gaiman as he says that.
Ah, Hansel and Gretel. That's what I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
As you say that, Lotus is sort of thinking things over. She's like puffing on a cigarette. Just says like, that's interesting. It's actually that story. That's a story back on my world too.
Oh.
Yes.
And then she'll just look at the winter wolf and just say, I'm not from around here, and let's just leave it at that.
Mm. Why didn't you take the sledge
I
dog?
know. I'm like, we're so stupid.
All the
They were just sitting there.
All the dogs are just at the speaker's house inside, just drinking hot cocoa.
18 of them just hanging out.
She's on a bed of dogs at the moment. Her best life.
Yeah, we could have. Oh.
Okay, so we'll say some time passes here as you guys are traveling. So it is literally the middle of the night. It is 2 a.m. on the 1st of Marpanoth.
I assume my horse has faded.
Yes, and I need to take you all to a different map.
As you shift, Gaben's still on your back, sort of. He's more on your shoulders. And you just collapse under the weight.
And you guys arrive at this location, and let me tell you guys exactly what you see as you have crossed the tundra.
Oh, wow. Does the torch give this that much light?
Yeah, this is a very big map. Jutting out of the vast tundra is a towering edifice built entirely of ice. The domed structure is easily 3 times the height and width of any building found in Tin Towns. Oh, that didn't do what it was supposed to do. Hold on. If you clicky on the image in chat, you can see exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, I feel like we would have seen this in a not blizzard.
Yes, but because of the blizzard, you'd be like, oh, that's what that is. Oh, and I think we should see this image now. We can pretend that one of you guys is really short. This is what it would have looked like as you met Koran and Kanan in that fight. So as you stare upon the edifice, the winter wolf leashed, you see that there are potentially 3 points of entrance that you can make your way into.
I do have 3 traps I could set at each entrance if we want.
Because I got to get rid of these things. They heavy. And,
I have to see how, oh my gosh. So a Kia only has 4 pounds until they are heavily encumbered. And Lotus is only they're encumbered. I already know about Avalas.
yeah, I'll be fine once I get rid of 75 pounds of vine traps.
Alicia is, oh my gosh.
I'm encumbered. Close.
You're encumbered. And Gaiman they've got 270 pounds of total carry stuff. You guys really needed your dog sleds. Don't worry, we're not counting encumbrance yet for this mission. So, with those 3 points in mind, what do the characters do?
I would like to sneak up and place a hunting trap at each entrance.
Alicia would like to ask Corin more about this place that they seem to be living in.
Mm.
How often does the giant leave, if it does leave?
Oh, he leaves every once in a while. I believe he's still at home now. He points to the rightmost entrance. That's where we keep the kids.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Sure. He says the middle is the throne room, and then the left side is where they keep the whale.
So close.
Alicia, you know that he is not doing a deception. So he would have said the left is where they keep the kids, the middle is the way to the throne room, and then the right is where the whale is.
Yeah, Lewis will perk up at that. Say, the whale, you say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got a whale.
whale, as in like giant marine mammal that swims in the water kind of
That's
whale.
right. Filled with oil.
What?
And
Hold on. Why would it be a marine? Would it make more sense that it served in the navy?
I think she means aquatic animal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Avalos like holds up the traps like snow chains. Like, yes.
Go ahead.
All right. Can I sneaky to the main entrance and try to drop, I guess, all 3 traps at? Because I assume they're 5 foot square, so I guess I'll leave one blank. And does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay.
And I wish I had a really good like bear trap token.
All right. So not to get too close, I'll drop one here, and one here.
Probably use a drawing tool. So.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Survival. Let's see here. Are any of these trap-like? We'll use this. Too big. That's okay.
Oh, all right, you got one. Yeah, that'll work.
Does
Okay.
Your master, I guess, name forgets. Looking up. Gagari. Do they reside in the throne room?
Yes, they reside in the throne room. Unless they are taking a snooze, they'll go to their bedroom.
Where is that located?
He says, "Oh, if you want to get to the bedroom, you have to go past the throne room." Is that how you wanted to do it, Avalas?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I figure he's got to be at least large, so he'll hit one of them.
Do these 3 passageways connect to one another?
The middle connects. The passageway to the north connects. The passageway with the children do not.
And do I believe what he's saying?
We'll let your previous insight stand here that you do. So, as you ask those questions, as Akia is trying to peer inside, I will take you guys back to the loading screen here. You guys can have a week to think about how you want to go into this creepy place.
Yeah. So I know those traps won't hold for very long if they even stop them, but I figure 3 chances. So
Absolutely.
I mean, for a giant, it's like stepping on a Lego, right?
Yeah.
It should stop for
Right?
maybe a few minutes.
I mean, it might. Yeah, it might.
I've seen Legos before. It's pretty debilitating.
Yeah.
This was so fun for me this session, you all, because usually I don't play a lot of sessions where there are creatures that are trying to do a lot of deceptions, and this was one of the few where it was trying to deceive you guys with every sentence. So this was very fun.
It's not often that Avalos wants to talk, but every time he did tonight, he was a horse.
I will say both Flex and Alicia were disappointed when the wolf lost its accent.
It had to. It had 2 personalities. The adventure told me about the 2. And if you have 2 personalities, you obviously have 2 accents. Its first accent reminded me so much of Zarbon from Dragon Ball Z. I had to do it as much as possible. If you guys like Dragon Ball Z, that is. Okay, so our next adventure will be on the 14th, where we will go inside of this edifice of storm giants. Excuse me, of frost giants. Storm giants is a different adventure.
Suddenly the campaign took a difficulty spike.
Yes. You guys find a really weird series of objects. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. If there are anything about the campaign you think that I can be doing to make the game run better, please let me know. If there is anything that is bubbling under the surface, please contact me immediately. I don't want to have any sorts of crazy situation where someone tries to TPK the party or end the campaign because of something that we could have worked on together. So I always want you guys to know my door is open. My office hours are... No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, that is it for me. If you guys have any closing words, please let me know.
Yeah, thanks for running.
My pleasure. All right, well, I will see you guys next week. I hope you guys have a happy Easter and a happy weekend.
Oh yeah, Easter is this.
We got an Easter egg hunt tomorrow, and I'm making smoked chicken for the family on Sunday.
Nice. That's delicious.
Smoked chicken. So you're taking like a whole chicken and putting it like on a smoker, or?
That is correct. So I have a Traeger pellet smoker. I have 2 chickens right now that are defrosting. I was going to do beer can chicken, but my smoker is actually not tall enough to hold a whole chicken with a tall boy that I would like to use. So I'll have to think of some construction to make that work. So yeah, I will smoke that for probably 3 hours, and I'll brine it overnight so that it's nice and juicy.
Oh,
That sounds delicious.
actually does.
My first present for Father's Day for when Roman was born was a Traeger 78 pellet smoker, and I use it just about every weekend, if not twice a week. It was a great purchase. If you guys like smoked meat, like barbecues, not sponsored, Traeger pellet smoker.
But I mean, if they ever do find this video, they do want to sponsor.
I will accept it. Traeger for all of your smoking needs. Oh my gosh, it's such a good product. It is so easy. It is almost foolproof, as you can run the entire thing from your cell phone. Okay, I need to stop shelling out for Traeger. All right, guys, I do need to head to bed, so I will see you guys next week.
Night.
Yep.
Good night,
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Night.
My pleasure.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone.
Good game. Good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.
Night.